The end of the year is not just a date approaching on a calendar. It is a confrontation. A confrontation between the man you've been and the man you know you could be. It forces you to look at yourself without distraction or noise. It forces a kind of honesty that rarely shows up during the chaos of the middle months. Because now, there is no hiding behind "I still have time." There is no disguising your decisions behind "I'll fix it later." Later has arrived, and the reflection staring back at you is not asking for explanation. It is asking for accountability. This is the last chapter of the year, and whether you want it to or not, it will define the momentum into 2026, not your goals, not your intentions, not your affirmations, your momentum. You felt the moments this year where you were sharp. You remember the mornings when you woke up with clarity, the days when you executed without hesitation, the weeks when discipline felt natural. And you also remember the opposite, the drift, the softness, the excuses disguised as patience, the slow slide into habits you once swore you were done with. The end of the year does not judge you for either. It simply asks, which man are you bringing into the next chapter? The man who slipped and stayed down, or the man who slipped and got back up faster each time? You do not need to fix the entire year. You do not need to rewrite every mistake or reverse every bad day. You only need to finish with the man you want to begin as. The mistake people make is believing the new year gives them a new identity. It doesn't. The new year only magnifies the identity that is right now. The man who waits for January is the man who spends every January restarting. But the man who sharpens now enters the new year already ahead, already in motion, already dangerous. The final chapter of the year is where identity is rewritten, because the stakes are clear. There is no pretending now. You either return to your standard or you don't, and you know what your standard is. You know the level at which you respect yourself. You know the version of you that felt powerful, and you know exactly what habits put you there. This is not a mystery. You do not need discovery. You need return. Return to the behaviors that build identity. Return to the routines that make you sharp. Return to the choices that build self-respect. Most men are terrified of this part of the year because it forces responsibility. That is why distractions become heavier now. Entertainment, social media, food, parties, endless rest. But you are not most men. You feel the discomfort when you break your own word. You feel the agitation when you are not living at your standard. That is not anxiety. That is your higher self calling you forward. That is your soul rejecting mediocrity. That voice is not your enemy. That voice is your compass. The man you respect isn't the man who never made mistakes. The man you respect is the one who corrected himself fast. The one who didn't let his low days become his identity. The one who didn't let comfort turn into character. Self-respect is not built when life is smooth. Self-respect is built when you choose discipline. At the exact moment, comfort is easier. And that moment is here. This chapter is your test. Not of strength, not of talent, not of ability. This is a test of commitment. A test of identity. A test of who you choose to be when no one forces you. You don't need motivation now. Motivation is irrelevant. The year is ending whether you feel inspired or not. You need decision. Decision repeated until it becomes identity. Decision repeated until the mind stops questioning you. Decision repeated until discipline is not effort, but nature. So how do you reclaim momentum when you've slipped? You simplify. You eliminate chaos. You stop trying to overhaul your life in one dramatic sprint. You choose one anchor behavior, and you execute it daily, without negotiation. Wake time, training block, work sprint, clean fuel, evening shutdown. These are anchors. They do not move. When anchors are fixed, everything else aligns. Structure is not restriction. Structure is freedom. It frees you from the chaos of indecision. It frees you from the emotional roller coaster of waiting to feel ready. It frees you from the mental drain of negotiating your discipline every day. Anchors turn discipline into identity. Look at the habits that made you sharp during the best parts of this year. You already know what they are. Wake early, train intensely, remove distractions, handle your responsibilities before entertainment. Eat like a man preparing for battle, not like a man escaping his life. End your nights with intention, not escape. If you only return to these essentials, the rest of your identity realigns. But self-respect is the core. The real transformation happens the moment you stop breaking promises to yourself. Each broken promise teaches your mind that your word carries no weight. Each kept promise teaches your mind that your word is law. Confidence is not a feeling. It is a record of kept promises. You rebuild confidence through execution, not belief. You rebuild confidence by making yourself undeniable to yourself. The end of the year is not a time to collapse. It is the time to reinforce who you will be when the world returns to motion. If you end the year strong, discipline becomes momentum. Momentum becomes identity. And identity becomes destiny. But if you end the year weak, weakness becomes momentum too. And weakness becomes identity, just as fast. Every day you choose softness, softness becomes easier. Every day you choose discipline, discipline becomes natural. You already know which version of yourself you want to live as, not the version who explains, not the version who promises, the version who executes, the version who holds the line, the version who does not negotiate with his own lesser impulses. That is the man who walks into 2026 ready, not hoping, not fixing, ready. So this final chapter is simple. Finish aligned, finish disciplined, finish intentional, finish sharp. Finish as the man who does not postpone greatness into the future, but demands it from himself now. The year is not over. You are not done. The line is drawn. Step over it. Leave the old version of you standing where he belongs, behind you. This is No Excuse Network. Subscribe if you're ready to finish the year as the man who does not wait, but becomes.